joining. Some
Yes,
has joined through the YouTube live stream as well. So
I
let all
can.
of them let them join slowly. We will proceed with the webinar.
Yes, let's start.
A very warm good evening present to all the participant, to our very special invited speaker, and to our host, Professor Mishra and Prabodh sir. Before moving on to Before moving on to this very excited, very brainstorming session by Prabodh sir, it's a pleasure from H&M Food Pro Academy to host a series of meetings and sessions where we not only talk about food technology, we talk about the very latest, recent, and the mind-boggling facts which food technology, nutrition, research, and processing is going through. Sometimes it's about various Sometimes it's about various expertise where we conjoin and have a beautiful amalgamation of academia with industry. And I would like to welcome on board our very own Prabodh Halde sir, and I would request our mentor, the founder, Professor Mishra sir, to introduce Prabodh sir. We are very pleased, and we have it's a great pleasure to have the one of the two biggest celebrities of food technology today on a single screen, where someone who is a pro in academia will be hosting or will be sharing the stage with someone who is pro in his regulatory affairs and industrial talkabilities. Professor Mishra sir, I'll request to welcome Professor Halde sir.
Okay. Thank you, Jayashree. At the outset, let me welcome all the participants who have joined this webinar today. Dear friend, you know that we have, particularly my group, has started this academy with the sole aim of nurturing knowledge and innovating food. So our purpose is whatever knowledge we have and my group has, so we should slowly pass it on to the needy people. Our aim, our various domains in this academy is to provide research and consulting to industry, food industry, to provide career counseling and guidance to students, to provide training and such other informations to student food professionals and various such activities through offline as well as online mode. And in this series today, we have organized this webinar, that is the webinar sixth, and that is through this webinar we just invite some very important are those who are helping up the affairs, that is people to share their knowledge. This is the sixth webinar on this platform. Today's speaker is Dr. Prabodh Halde, and I hope all the participants will agree with me that Dr. Halde needs no introduction in food fraternity, food professionals. He is well known among the academia, among the industry, among the regulators, among the government officials in India as well as abroad. But just for the formality, let me tell Dr. Prabodh Sisir Halde, the past president of Association of the Food Scientists and Technologists of India, brings over 30 years of expertise as a food technologist, industry leader, and global policy expert with leadership roles at ACC, Coca-Cola, and Marico Limited. He is currently, for the last several years, serving in Marico as a global head of regulatory, public policy, and advocacy. A prolific author of 10 plus books, he has mentored over 100 students, supported over 500 startups, and inspired thousands of professionals like us in the various domains. Through the Udan Welfare Foundation, he actively promotes rural education and social impact, embodying a journey shaped by resilience, purpose, and passion. In fact, Dr. I personally have over, I think, more than 20 years of personal relationship with Dr. Halde. I remember first when I was president of AFSTI, and we organized a post at IIT Kharagpur. At that time, he has participated from Marico side. Marico also has sponsored in that event, and since then, we in the different occasions he has visited quite a few times at our institute and delivered various lectures, etc. And we have been meeting in various affairs, even and of the regulatory as well as in different meetings, etc. So I welcome you on my own behalf as well as on the academy behalf, Dr. Halde. So I will not take much time now, and over to you, Jayashree, over to Dr. Halde. People are eager to listen to you.
सर, हल्दे सर, आपकी स्क्रीन में एक शेयर ऑप्शन आ रहा होगा, आप उसको क्लिक करेंगे तो।
अच्छा, ये बताइएगा मेरे टाइम कितना है?
You
हाँ
can,
सर, ये देखिए नीचे एकदम टॉप, एकदम
like,
नीचे में सेंटर ऑफ द स्क्रीन में एक शेयर बोल के एक ऑप्शन आ रहा होगा।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो तो दिख रहा है।
पार्टिसिपेंट,
मैं ये पूछ
चैट,
रहा हूँ।
रिएक्ट और शेयर
हल्दे
बोल के
जी,
जो ऑप्शन है उस पर अगर आप क्लिक करेंगे
टाइम
तो।
इज योर्स। आप स्पीक कीजिए, कोई बात नहीं। नॉर्मली वी हैव दिस वेबिनार फॉर अबाउट 1 आवर, सो
हाँ,
यू
तो
कैन स्पीक।
45 मिनट्स टू 1 आवर है ना
हाँ,
मेरे पास।
40-45 minutes you can speak, and then 10-15 minutes we can go for interactions, etc.
हाँ
But
सर, एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन हम लोग वी विल टेक क्वेश्चंस इफ द ऑडियंस हैव एनी, एंड
right.
we'll have an
थैंक यू
interaction
मैम,
session
इट
after
वाज अ
that.
वंडरफुल एंड थैंक्स टू प्रोफेसर मिश्रा जी। मैं मिश्रा जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि मिश्रा जी हमारे इज लाइक महाभारत के जैसे भीष्माचार्य जी थे, वैसे हमारे मिश्रा जी है। एंड फूड टेक्नोलॉजी के वो भीष्माचार्य है, बहुत ही सीनियर प्रोफेसर। Last 45 years he has been serving and mentoring so many thousands of students, and I am personally inspired with his vision. 2007 में जब उन्होंने इफकॉस्ट किया था, उस टाइम में न्यूट्रासिटिकल नाम का वर्ड हमने सुना भी नहीं था, एंड उन्होंने वो न्यूट्रासिटिकल के नाम से पूरी कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी, जो आज के डेट में सो ट्रूथफुल है। 20 साल के बाद अभी इंडस्ट्री को पता चला है, बट मिश्रा जी ने उस टाइम में उनका न्यूट्रोसिटिकल पे उन्होंने किया था। आई एम सो फॉर्चुनेट एंड ऑलवेज आई इंस्पायर्ड विद हिज टॉक्स, हिज विजन। एंड ड्यूरिंग कोविड टाइम हमें याद है कि उन्होंने कम से कम मेरे 6 सेशंस किए थे ड्यूरिंग दिस 2 years, एंड ही इज ऑलवेज पैशनेट अबाउट द स्टूडेंट्स। एंड थैंक यू मैम फॉर वंडरफुल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। एंड मैं एक प्रॉमिस करता हूँ, अगर ये ऑनलाइन माध्यम से जो लोग जुड़े हैं, स्टूडेंट्स अगर है या प्रोफेशनल्स है, you spend 45 minutes with me, I can ensure that your life will change. ये बहुत बड़ा प्रॉमिस कर रहा हूं मैं, बट आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट। वट एवर आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू फॉर मेकिंग अ स्ट्रॉन्ग भारत, वाई फूड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट आर इम्पोर्टेंट, अगर आपको पता चलेगा कि हमारी अहमियत क्या है, वट इज माई वैल्यू, देन यू विल क्रिएट अ वैल्यू। डू नॉट फील अंडर एस्टिमेटेड, मेरी सैलरी कम है, मेरा ये है, मेरा वो है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। आपको क्या करना है लाइफ में, इसकी मैं चाबी, इसके मैं की बताऊंगा। एंड assure that spend good time. If you are focusing on this, the biggest thing what you can give to yourself is a time. And please stop your chat gpt or your instagram, बाकी सब छोड़ दो। 45 मिनट्स ये सेमिनार, अगर इच्छा है तो देखो, नहीं इच्छा है तो सुनो, और नहीं है कुछ तो बंद कर दो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट दिस इज द बिगेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट व्हाट प्रोफेसर मिश्रा is trying to bring the people who can inspire. Now I am sharing my screen. uh,
नीचे बटन आ रहा होगा शेयर. हाँ, यस यस.
Yes, if we
ग्रेट.
can.
डन डन.
correct है ये?
यस यस.
1 minute.
Yes, sir, you can now just play the slide share option.
करेक्ट है?
Yes, sir. You can just go next or fill.
वो
ओके.
स्टॉप जो नीचे हाइड कर दीजिए उसको. स्टॉप शेयरिंग का जो बटन है उसको हाइड कर दीजिए.
हाँ जी.
हाँ, बस नाउ इट्स फाइन. परफेक्ट.
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू वंस अगेन. एंड मैं इस एकेडमी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि जिन्होंने इसकी शुरुआत की, हमारे प्रोफेसर मिश्रा जी और सारे स्टूडेंट्स. जैसे कि ओके, हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों चलेगा या हाउ द
यस यस
लैंग्वेज?
यस. यस, दैट इज गुड.
Yes, sir. We are very okay with Hindi and English both.
Okay. As ma'am has said, we will take a question at the end. So if you have a question
I
in
will
mind,
request all the participants to mute their mics in the meantime, and at the end of the session, obviously, Dr. Halde is there, so we will be taking lots of questions.
great. तो आप अपने क्वेश्चन चैट बॉक्स में लिखना शुरू कर सकते हो. At the end of the session, we will take one by one. If you want to be successful in your life, apart from your education, you need to have some different skills, and those skills are like living the life with the challenges, with the passion. There are 4 pictures you might have seen in my presentation many a times, but I just want to reiterate. How many of you have done this in your life during your school or college time? Watching the movie one day before the exam, traveling in the second class compartment without reservation, plucking the tree fruits without permission, and traveling solo. If all the 4 you have done in your life, please put 4 or yes in the chat box. And ma'am, I would request how many people have put 4. And those who are on the YouTube, they would not able to, but it's okay. Ma'am, any response is coming?
Yes, sir. In the chat box, many people have chosen 3 and 4.
मिश्रा जी, आपने कितने किए?
All four. I have done all four.
हाँ. जब अगर गुरु ऐसा है तो फिर चेले तो रोएंगे रहेंगे.
I'm from the village background, so
वेरी
But
गुड.
sir, Mishra sir solo travel कुछ ज़्यादा करते हैं नहीं. It's always with
No.
students.
Okay. No, no, it's okay.
लेकिन
Once upon a time, if you
पहले.
can,
हाँ, अभी.
कभी किए हैं तो अच्छी बात है. So basically what I'm trying to explain to you have to take the risk in your life. Most of the time, the technical people lacks in the risk taking ability. And that's why we are not successful in the business. You see on the Shark Tank, 42% total funding has gone to the food startups. Amongst that 42% of the people who got the food funding, 97% people are not from the food technology background. Look at the number. See, there is a good scope of startup in the food processing, but there is no food technologist or food scientist or technical person, for that matter, dairy technologist, whatever. They are not entering into the business, they are securing the job. Why? Because we lack in taking the risk. We do not have a confidence enough that we can do something well. Though in individual capacity, I've seen most of the food technologists are successful in their career, but they lack the confidence of whether they will able to do good in their business. If you have this kind of skills and aptitude, definitely it will help you in making your business successful or making your career successful. Mishra ji ne bataya ki I was a student AFST member, and I would just want to give you this story of mine. In 1993, I was a student on the first frame on the same CFTRI building, opposite to the CFTRI building. We took a photograph. I'm sitting on the right hand side, and same batch. By the way, these are my classmates in 1993, second year food technology, Parbhani. 2018, the same classmates, nearly 17 classmates travel out of 34 classmates of my same class to see me as a chairman of IFCON 2018 when I was a president of AFST headquarters. It is exactly the 25-year journey, and this photo shows two aspects. One is when you succeed, it is not you, your entire batch is supporting you. I still remember in my batch three people who came all the way from different countries, not only India. And that's the bonding, that's the friendship. And I salute to my friends, those who are supporting me, my mentors, my professors. And AFST gives you nurture the talent without any caste, creed, or any kind of political affiliation. This is on meritocracy. So, boys and girls, those who are students, do not worry about any other what kind of connect you have. Just believe in your own, our own talent and hard work and sincerity. You can achieve whatever you want. Again, I want to tell you my own story. During class 12th, I have not scored a good mark. And by the way, I am sharing my book, Accidental Food Technologists. Many of you might have read or might have seen. Those who have not read, I am sharing a soft copy of the book to Professor. He will circulate to you. I have not scored a good mark, so I got admitted to the private college in 1990. Many of you might not have taken birth those year, but my father has collected money, taken the loan, and admitted me in engineering college called Ramdev Baba in Nagpur. I completed 3 months of Ramdev Baba in mechanical engineering, but then my father has also applied on my behalf a food technology admission form at Parbhani. Then from Nagpur to Parbhani, the distance was something 450 kilometer, and I was not aware what is this village. But it was his vision. He put me to the food technology college, and those time, Mishraji, generally you will not say no to your father, and I still don't say no to my father at this age. But I accepted whatever he said, and I joined the college at Parbhani. It was very difficult for me to adjust, and I was trying to run from that college every month. But my father used to write a good letters, motivate me, inspire me, and he assured me your future will be good. After 36 years of now my college, I confidently say thank you, Baba. Your vision was really a great vision, and I could be contributing a food technologist. My whole purpose of today's seminar is that if you are a food technologist, food scientist, what you can do in the life. And this is really salute to my father and his vision and all my teachers. Friends, if you want to be successful, you have to have an innovation in your life, in your personal life, in your professional life, or in your company, or in your college. Without innovation, you cannot succeed. Innovation cannot come without crisis. So, in your life, if there is no crisis, then there is no success. So, the formula is innovation is equal to success and crisis is equal to innovation. Look at the COVID. COVID has come. So much of disturbance to the life, but so many new things have come and we could do innovation. You see, the first and second World War, 70 million people died. Unfortunately, but so many patents got filed. Maximum number of patents got filed during the World War II and World War One. So many innovations has happened. And by the way, entire food technology development has occurred after Second World War. There is a very interesting story. What has happened when American and American friends, those entire, the troop used to go to any country for the Second World War. In their ration, they used to carry three can products. One is condensed milk to get you the energy. Also, there was corn, and there was some kind of tea or coffee, again, which is canned. After the war, 1946, when they gone back to their respective country, they got habituated of eating the canned food. They started putting a demand to the industrialist, give me the can. Until then, these can were produced only for a military purpose. Then the businessmen found that one of the companies, Nestle, and they picked up that trend and started canning business, and that became a food processing. So, Second World War is actually a change event for the food processing for many products, including instant coffee, Coca-Cola, canned food, processed food, all kind of juices, all kind of squash, jam, jellies, bread. That entire era has come after 1950s. And then we started storing in the refrigerator. And now there is a third wave of the food technology with all the modern products, including nutraceutical. I always appeal to the students. So many innovations has happened in last 10 years. We cannot imagine. Ola, Make My Trip, Swiggy, Zomato, Paytm. Can we do some such innovation in food technology or food processing? If you are a food scientist, is a challenge to you. Can you do something like this? All these food brands which are growing today, they are growing because of the IT enabling, not on the formulation forward. It was a platform forward. Swiggy Zomato is successful, but not because of the food quality, it is because of the serviceability. We really need some innovations in this. I hope I'm audible. Please, ma'am, please tell me.
Yes, yes,
Hello.
yes. You are very much audible. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
please. Very nice.
Friends, if we don't innovate, if you don't change, you evaporate. What happened to those companies? These companies were top companies for 20, 25, 60 years. Ambassador car was the only car till 1990. But what has happened to Ambassador car today? It's not seen on the road. Kodak film. I still remember during my marriage, we used to carry one camera to the picnic. After that, only 36 photos. That was a limitation. And today, what happened? Everybody got a phone and camera. Kodak film has gone. Pager, gone. HMT watches, gone. Duke's Cola, gone. Ravalgaon chocolate, gone. Why they have gone? Because they have not continued the innovation to the relevance of the time. They have misunderstood. They become more confident or arrogant, and they have underestimated the turnings and the respect of the consumers. I am a big fan of Indian history. I believe that Indian as a person, if we do not recall our own history, then who will do that? I have traveled more than 35 countries, and I have seen the developed countries have one common thing amongst all the developed countries like Japan, US, France, Russia, that they love their country. And I appeal to all the students, first start loving your country, loving your state, loving your family, loving your own people, your institute, your company. Without that, without love and respect, you will not cherish or you will not able to make a progress. Indian food science history is such a great history. There is a book called Nalapaka Darpan, and in my recent book, which I have launched, Food Culture in Mahabharat, along with Anil Dharmadikari, we have devoted one chapter on Nalapaka Darpan and food categorization vis-a-vis today's food categorization. Amazing, amazing knowledge given in the Nalapaka Darpan. It is available on internet. Ma Sita was one of the best cook. Bhim, when he was in अज्ञातवास, उन्होंने अवियल डिश का निर्माण किया एंड सो मेनी रेसिपीज ही हैज रिटन इन हिज चैप्टर व्हेन ही वाज इन अज्ञातवास. Shahjahan was one of the foodie and he has written a book called Nuksai Shahjahan. So many recipes of the food he has given. Sambar, we all know that was by mistake or by accident invented at Tanjavur when Sambhaji Maharaj visited to Tanjavur, and by accident he wanted to get served by Amti, but the dahi was not there. They've added a tamarind water and the product got prepared. It's called Sambar, Sambhaji Zahar. I always feel During my food technology time, during my BTech or post graduation or PhD, whatever the books we referred are always international authored books. Why we do not have our own Indian authors? We have a Professor Mishra, we have Professor Kulkarni, we have Professor Kadam, we have so many professors we have. Veterans are there. Unfortunately, our own books we do not value. The time has come to dig out our own history, find out the science behind the history, and start working on the traditional food. Professor Mishra's one of the aspect is his traditional food love, and he has carried out so many seminars on the traditional food. But we required a scientific aspect of traditional food, not the our patriotic only patriotic aspect. As I said, the turning point of the food technology is the basically Louis Pasteur when he invented the entire pasteurizing effect. And until 1928, Charles Olin Ball, he used that principle of pasteurization in the food processing for killing the microbes in the canning. Food processing has many sectors. Unlike in pharma sector is 2 lakh crore. Food processing sector total stands at 20 lakhs crore. And these are many sectors which falls under food processing. And that's why the beauty of food processing. You can spend the entire life in one sector and still you do not learn entire thing. I have seen many people work only in one company or one sector like biscuits, but they don't ever have complete understanding of the biscuit itself. Look at the sectors, look at the beauty, look at the diversity of the food processing. Fruits, vegetable, dairy, meat, health supplement, marine, grain processing, oils and fat, alcoholic beverages, and consumer products. In India, the problem stands with unorganized sector. Food processing sector is a 75% unorganized, 25% is organized. Amongst this 25%, again, closely 75% sector is small and medium business. So there are only handful of the companies which you can talk about, which you can call out as a big companies. And that's why our food scientists do not get a good payment because most of the sectors falls under unorganized or small and medium business time. Now it is a time that unorganized is converting into the organized slowly and slowly. And there is a good demand of the food technologists and they can turn around the sector. I will talk how you can have a ability to turn around the sector. Little busy slide, but look at the production area and production numbers of India for with respect to fruits and vegetable. When it comes to the milk, 230 million tons. When it comes to the fruits, 110. Vegetable, 210. Pulses, we are 28 million metric ton. Sugar, we are number 2. Wheat, we are number 1. Spices, we are number 1. Unfortunately, on production side, we are number 1. But on processing side, we are still below 20%, below 15%. This is agony. This is a very, very wrong thing. And this can be changed only and only if food technologists start working towards food processing. If we want farmer to prosper, the two photographs, left hand side, a poor farmer working hard, but every year he is losing the money. If you use the food processing as a transformative process, a farmers can get value added. And the example, look at the entire dairy area with the Professor Varghese Kurian. He has turned around the dairy area, and today the dairy farmers, the dairy collection houses, they have ensured that the money is going back to the ladies, to the farmers, to the collectors. And that's the power of food processing. When Kurian entered into the dairy in 1944, dairy was processing only 1% of the total liquid milk. Today, the total liquid milk get processed plus 45%. This is a huge number. And see the transformation of the dairy sector. We want the same 40% plus processing in other aspect, which will add value back to the farmer. One more statistics I want to give. India is a agro economy. We say that 70% of the people are dependent on agriculture or agriculture related businesses, including agro processing or food processing. They can add value to the entire GDP less than 20%. So you have to remember two numbers. 70% of the population create 20% value. You all are smart. However, look at the service sector. There is only a population dependency in the service sector, particularly in urban area India. 20% of the population are dependent on service sector, but they create the GDP value of 45%. Look at the drastic difference. Why the farmers are poor? Because they cannot add value to their product. And this is the gap, and this is the solution, which is a food processing. What we want? We want food processing. We want high-tech technologies of farming or agricultural processing or advanced food technology and advanced food processing. This is the solution. There is no other solution to India. Whatever we do, anything for the farmer, unless and until we invest in food processing, no change will ever happen. We have to advance the technology. We have to advance the value addition. When you look at about the India, many people have opportunity to go abroad, but I am telling you, for the students, next 10 years is dedicated to India. Look at our growth. We are increasing consistently with the GDP growth, with the share of manufacturing plus 8%. Our total food processing exports have increased by 13%, and it is actually become a 20% of the total agri processing export. So we are now standing at 20%. Employment is 12.9% of the total sector of the processing to the food processing. It's a very good number. And FDI inflow is above 7.3 billion. Why I'm giving you these numbers? India has a story. Our consumption is increasing. Our fridge size. Day before yesterday, I was on Sunset TV. I told one of the observation. Our refrigerated size has increased in last 10 years from 165 liter to 220 to 265, 320. Why? Because we want to store more processed food, more nutritional food. And that is a change where the food processing is happening. And this today, India has a right time for the food processing. Those who are in the food processing business, whether you are a businessman, startup, student, researchers, this is a time for you now. But many people get questioned what you do as a food technologist, what you can add value, what exactly you do. We should proudly able to say that we save the farmer. We add the value to the farm produced, from raw material to the finished product to the nutraceutical. We stop the wastage. If food processing would not have been there, so much of wastage would have been there. Today we create a wealth out of the waste. We increase the shelf life of the product through the food preservation techniques. Many food preservation techniques we all know. We have working on the functional food nutraceuticals and helping healthcare industry. You need not to take the medicines. You can actually rely on the nutraceutical. Ayurvedic Ahar has started, which food technology can beautifully enhance the value of the Ayurvedic herbs. Advanced food processing techniques, like there are so many advanced food processing techniques which are ensuring, one of the thing I would say that minus 4 degrees Celsius, crushing the spices, cryogen, and keeping the value of the spices active. So many things through the advanced food processing. Sustainability, circular economy, again, because of the food processing, advanced food technology, we can manage a good circular economy thanks to the food technology. Molecular biology, biotechnology, all these comes under the food aspect of the food technology. Food packaging, so many things which I can say one food technology can contribute. Food engineering, food microbiology, so many things. I've just given you few aspects, but you should feel proud that you are a master of many, many subjects, and one food technologist can contribute positively to the society. To support this, many of us always critique to the government. Government क्या करता है? But let me tell you, government बहुत कुछ कर रहा है. I am supporting through my Chamber for Small and Medium Business as a chairman and All India Food Processing Association chairman of Western Region. We are seeing the difference. There is a PLI scheme on the food processing, product link incentive scheme, PM Kisan Sampada Yojana. So many people are using these schemes and converting their life into the successful entrepreneurs or business. Cold chain has doubled up. We have a production now cold chain facility of 37 lakhs metric ton. To tell you, shrimp, India has become actually one of the very successful country over last 5 years in the export of the shrimp. Our export has 5 times increase in the shrimp. That become a successful story, and all thanks to the cold chain scheme. One district, one product, organic farming initiatives, PM FME schemes, ENAM, and agricultural infrastructural fund. Friends, you might feel, am I a government agent and giving all these schemes? No, because I have seen the transformation of many startups using those schemes, many farmers using those schemes. Connect with your local person if you require any help. I will pass you our chamber or AIPA contact. They will connect with you and utilize these schemes for your betterment if you are interested in any of the business. Having said all these things, why food processing is not attractive yet? Because the challenges are many. Few of the challenges is thin margin, raw material volatility. Look at the raw material cost. Sometimes 2 रुपए में पैच होता है, suddenly it become 50 rupees a patch, a kg. High waste generation, low value addition, high technology cost, capital cost, and very, very labor intensive business. All this together make our food processing as whole as a very, very less attractive in margins. But drivers of the profit and drivers of the business are raw material sourcing, how smartly you source the raw material at the cheaper cost, how you improve your processing efficiencies through the innovation, वैल्यू एडिशन आप कैसे करते हो, मार्केट पोजीशनिंग ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट कैसे रखते हो, एंड सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट कैसे रखते हो. ओनली फूड टेक्नोलॉजी से आपको पूरा ये सीख नहीं मिलता है. यू हैव टू हैव द अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट द फाइनेंस, मार्केटिंग एंड सप्लाई चेन टू बिकम अ सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर. There is a concept called smart food processing. Now gone those days. Drying technology, fermentation technology, microwave technology, all those earlier technologies now are no more smart technologies. There are the smart food processing technologies which are coming day by day, and they are becoming a precision control over the normal conditions, and they are precise control for the smart nutrition. And that is the success. Professor Mishra is very, very expert in the advanced food processing techniques. He keep giving the lectures, and I'm telling you, now the time has come. People are adopting those techniques. Look at the Tetra Pak. The Tetra Pak gives you the shelf life of the milk for 6 months at the room temperature without addition of any chemical. This is a smart technology. So these technologies are really increasing, and though they are costly, but slowly and slowly people are adopting this, and they have so many advantages: control target treatment, less nutrition losses, minimum requirement of the intervention of the labor, quality is preserved, the nutrition is preserved, and gives many advantages. And how you make the technology smart? Because you know exactly what to do. You control the temperature, you control the efficiency, reduce the waste, and AI intervention is in a big time. Artificial intelligence is going to disturb the entire food processing sector. And now the time is very, very less. People are using AI for many, many things. And that requires a separate talk. but I will cover sometime. But you should understand that if you are not AI literate, you are illiterate. Consumer preference is changing. Today, every consumer is looking at clean label, no additives, no preservatives, natural, minimally processed, organic food, nutraceutical, no chemical added, no synthetic ingredients added, no GMO, fresh, less processed. How you will give this product? Unless and until you adopt advanced food processing. And who can do that? Only a food technologist can do that. That's why you require a good scientific knowledge about the food technology. Only the good engineer cannot produce the smart technologies. You require a food technologist. What are those smart food processing? Just to give a few names: pulse electric field, ohmic heating, cold plasma. Cold plasma, our Professor Annapure sir, one of the expert in the cold plasma, he has guided many students on this, and cold plasma is a very promising, though is a costly today, but it is penetrating very fast. Ultrasonics, microwave, low temperature microwave, I have a personal story to this. Supercritical extraction, which I said, it is changing the entire spice industry's face. AI based process optimization, machine learning, predictive quality shelf life, digital twin, stimulation models, and process design, particularly for the flavoring and organoleptic improvement of the tea coffee, smart sensor, IoT based real time monitoring of the many products, including bakery, chocolate, beer, fermented products. So, just to sum up, in the smart food processing is a must for giving you a precise nutrition, healthy product, and consumer choices. There is no other shortcut. Friends, when we look at the R&D today, because if we want to create a good product, there is no other way but to invest in R&D. As per the survey, the food processing, entire investment in the food processing of the total turnover of the company, companies put less than 2% in R&D. But after COVID, this number has gone up. To give you the number, automobile industry spends more than 7%, pharmaceutical spend more than 10% on R&D. So R&D investment has to increase. Slowly it is increasing. There are two kind of R&D. One is a consumer backward and one is a technology forward. I'm just stopping here for the R&D part, just to give you, in R&D there are two aspect. R&D में दो aspect होते हैं. Consumer backward, consumer क्या चाहता है उसको decode करके वही आपको बनाने का है, और टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम के थ्रू आप कंज्यूमर को कुछ नया ऑफर कर सकते हैं, जैसे टेट्रा पैक. कंज्यूमर ने नहीं बोला था, टेट्रा पैक ने ढूंढा टेक्नोलॉजी और कंज्यूमर को लेके दिया, विदाउट केमिकल, आई कैन गिव यू द जूसेस और आई कैन गिव यू द मिल्क. कंज्यूमर बैकवर्ड, मेनी एग्जांपल लाइक मैगी या कुरकुरे या मसाला ओट्स, जो कंज्यूमर ने चाहा था वो प्रोडक्ट बना के कंपनी ने दिया. तो दीज आर द टू R&D फंक्शंस, एंड इसमें कंज्यूमर मैपिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बट टेक्नोलॉजी में टेक्नोलॉजी मैपिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Those who are in the R&D, or otherwise also, you have to believe in one aspect of serendipity. Serendipity is the function of fortunate accident, like sweet accident. जो हमने सोचा नहीं था वो हो जाता है. One of the example of sweet accident in R&D, and R&D is all about accidents, sweet accidents, because आप जो चाहते हैं वो नहीं होता है, आप जो नहीं चाहते वो हो जाता है. So in R&D, research and development, those who are working in R&D, you will agree to me that many a times you plan something but you get something different. That is the beauty of R&D. That is called as a research. You have to keep your optimism at the highest. Anything can happen. Any sweet accident can happen to you. In 1965, there was a scientist called James Clyter. He was working on one of the molecule of the protein for the gastric ulcer. Look at these experiment, gastric ulcer. He was working on dipeptide intermediate chain, which he was working on, and he went for the lunch in between, and he got some intermediate product of dipeptide, and he went to the burger shop. He ate the burger. He realized that burger is tasting sweet. अब बर्गर कैसा स्वीट टेस्ट कर सकता है। तो उसने सोचा यार मैंने क्या किया था, वेरी वेरी रॉन्ग थिंग इन द लैब। ही सेड अरे हाँ, मैंने वो पाउडर को टच किया था, डाइपेप्टाइड पाउडर को, but without washing the hand he was eating. That is also wrong thing. But whatever has happened, he said, oh my god, that dipeptide is must be a sweet in nature. Then he again found out, and there is a birth of sucralose. Today the entire sucralose molecule, US FDA has approved sucralose in 1982, and 1965 the invention has happened, but 82 it took for the safety trials. And today the market stand at more than 20,000 crore. Look at the power of serendipity. Can we do such kind of things? Can we have one molecule? Can we have one product? These are the trends in the food processing today, food technology today, food product today. Personalized nutrition, organic, natural, traditional, vegan, e-platform, exports. Home cooked food is a very, very big demand. Plant-based meat, plant-based protein. Protein is in a big, big demand. New packaging, Ayurveda Ahar foods, package versus loose, intermediate products. All our refrigerators are filled with intermediate products, sauces, mayonnaise, all these protein based products. All these are intermediate products you are using in the product making, not as is eating. Artificial intelligence in the food processing, cloud kitchen, post COVID foods, good sleep food, immunity boosting food, nutraceutical, functional food, convenience food, then millet based foods, immunity boosting food, cut vegetable. These are the some of the trends which will be continuing in the market next 5 years. Now I'm coming to my own story of PhD, which I did at my second PhD at the age of 50. I got my PhD. But I always believe, Professor Mishra, PhD should not be wasted time. It should be looked at on 2 by 2 matrix, scientific research on x-axis vis-a-vis commercial or social utilization of that topic. Very, very interesting. Again, I have not copied from anywhere. It's my own thought. On 2 by 2 matrix, how high on scientific research and how high this commercial utility or social utility. If you are in the first quadrant, low on scientific, low on social, please don't do that topic. It's a waste of energy. If high on commercial, low on the research, okay, no problem, you can go yellow. High on commercial, high on research, absolutely dot on. This is like very few people can get such PhD topic. High on research, low on commercial, okay, still you can go because today or tomorrow this technology will crack. So guys, avoid the red. Low on commercial, no utilization, and low on science. Do not publish to your paper just want of the paper. I have seen so many people are putting a paper factory, but there is no commercial acceptance and very, very low in science or scientific acumen. No use of such papers or technologies. In my case, my PhD topic for food technology, I got increasing the shelf life of the jaggery using low temperature microwave. It is a my own story why I chose this. My mother, farmer, my father and mother used to produce a jaggery when I was a 4 year old. I used to see a lot of jaggery get spoiled during this rainy season, and my mother used to cry because the jaggery, once it attracts the mold, a spoilage, it becomes black. Today also it is happening. I was always thinking, what can I do? But during my entire life, I never work in the jaggery industry. But one of my friend's son came to me with the problem. His jaggery is getting spoiled. Then I discussed with Dr. Annapure. I did some research on low temperature microwaving, and I invented a theory that when the microwave passes through the jaggery, electromagnetic waves oscillates the dipole moment, create the dipole moment, oscillates the molecule, the dipole moment, and that oscillation creates the friction between the molecule and heat get generated. This heat, not only in the in the particularly product, but the heat get generated within the cell of the microbes, and microbes cell wall get burst. So the electromagnetic waves penetrate the microbes, and 99.9% sterilization happens with this microwave. but it has to be very controlled. It has to be absolutely skillfully adopted with the low temperature and perfect angle. For that, I designed many experiments, applied for the patent, and when I spoke to Dr. Annapure sir, thanks to Annapure sir, he put me to Professor Pawar sir, who is my founder guide. He said, you apply for the PhD, and I applied for the PhD, cleared the PET exam, PhD entrance test, and then the rest is the history. I got a patent in this, and I also got the PhD in this area. I have handed over this technology. I handed over this technology to Government of India without any cost. Anybody can pick up this technology, and proudly I've handed over to the nation. These are the some of the pictures of World Food India 2024 when I've handed over this technology to the nation. And this is the model of my small equipment which I have designed personally, and it is successful technology, very low cost technology, and many farmers are using this today. Again, I do not have any commercial interest in this. I have opened this patent. I don't get any money out of this, and I want my farmers to reduce the losses. Jaggery losses stands at more than 8,000 crore, and even if 5% of those losses get preserved through this technology, we still can save 400 crore losses. It's a very, very big number. Now, friends, machines are becoming smart, but we are becoming dumb, and that's the problem. So there are 2 3 general GAN slides to the students, and please, this is not a food technology. This is general for your awareness. How you can become a smart? Friends, students, professors, researchers, academicians, and people working in industry. First, have some purpose, clear your ethos, and put some values, whatever you are doing. Otherwise, there is no difference between animal and man. Animal and man has a difference. Basically, you have a ethos, you have a purpose. Animal do not have any purpose in the life. Eating, sleeping, and working is the only life. Do not fall in the trap of only eating, doing the job, coming back home. Have some purpose in the life. You are a food technologist, you can do many, many things. Have some purpose in the life. Always have a positive hopes. There was 1950 a Kurt Richter. He did one experiment. He put some rats into the water. He found that all the rats get killed in 3 minutes. He repeated the experiment. He put the rats back into the water at 2 minutes 58 seconds. He pulled all the rat out of the water, dried them, and put back into the beaker. He found that the rats are swimming in the beaker for 30 hours. It shows that if you put a positive hope in someone's mind, in subconscious mind, a person continues to pursue that something will positive happen to him. Learning, never kill your own hope, never kill someone's hope. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कुछ कुछ लोगों को आदत होती है दूसरों को कमी दिखाने की. कभी मत करना. ये हमेशा पॉजिटिव सोचो अपने बारे में और लोगों के बारे में. If you want to be successful in the your own area, you need to create a skill in 5 areas. Improve your leadership skill, improve your interpersonal skill, improve your problem solving skill, improve your communication skill, and take the accountability of your own deed. As a technical people, I found that technical people generally good on the technical aspect but very low on this aspect of management. लीडरशिप में हम लोग थोड़े वीक होते हैं. इंटरपर्सनल स्किल, एक दूसरे के साथ बात करने में हम बहुत जल्दी खफा हो जाते हैं. If somebody says wrong thing to you, you get irritated. Improve your interpersonal skill, collaborate, teamwork, empathy, problem solving. जब भी प्रॉब्लम होता है तो पहले मैं बोलूंगा मैंने नहीं किया, उसने किया. ये बात नहीं होती है. प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में सोचो कैसे हुआ, किसने किया इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, किसने किया ये लेस इंपॉर्टेंट है, कैसे हुआ ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, उसको आप सॉल्व करो. कम्युनिकेशन इंपॉर्टेंट इंपॉर्टेंट इंपॉर्टेंट. अकाउंटेबिलिटी टेकिंग, फेलियर हुआ मैंने किया, नो प्रॉब्लम. Mind is very, very powerful, but mind journeys from unconscious to conscious. So there are 4 stages of your unconscious to conscious. It's called as the Johari window. Unconscious incompetence means धोनी साहब उनको पता ही नहीं था वो क्रिकेट अच्छा खेल सकते हैं, तो वो अनकॉन्शियस थे अपने इनकॉम्पिटेंस के बारे में. उनको मेंटर मिल गया, देन ही फाउंड दैट आई कैन प्ले अ क्रिकेट. कॉन्शियस इनकॉम्पिटेंस, सचिन तेंदुलकर को ये बिल्कुल पता था that I cannot be a good captain, and that's why he played a bat but he left his captaincy. इसको कहते हैं कॉन्शियस इनकॉम्पिटेंस. उसको पता था कि मैं क्या नहीं कर सकता हूं, इसलिए उसने वो चीज छोड़ दी. You need to understand what you are not good at. If you don't know what you are good at, then you require a mentor. Then conscious competence, you know what you know. And this is an example of Amitabh Bachchan in one of the movie. He says that I will do what I know. एंड त्रिशूल नाम का मूवी था, मेनी ऑफ यू माइट हैव सीन. उसने वो जमीन खाली कर दी, तब उसके फादर कहते हैं कि आई एम नॉट सरप्राइज ही हैज वैकेटेड द लैंड, आई एम मोर सरप्राइज व्हाई ही वाज अवेयर दैट ही विल वैकेट द लैंड. एंड दैट इज अ कॉन्शियस कॉम्पिटेंस. एंड देन हमारे हनुमान जी इन अनकॉन्शियस कॉम्पिटेंस. हनुमान जी को यही पता नहीं होता है कि वो उड़ सकते हैं. हमारे काफी ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको जांबुवत की जरूरत पड़ती है कि आप उड़ सकते हो. तो मैं सभी स्टूडेंट को बोलूंगा आप में वो क्वालिटीज है, लेकिन आपको रिमाइंडर की जरूरत है कि आप कर सकते हो. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली हनुमान जी को तो जाम्बुवत मिल गए थे, बट हमें कौन मिलेगा? तो यू हैव टू गेट द मेंटर. दिस मेंटर विल टेल यू भाई आप कर सकते हो. दिस मेंटर विल इंक्रीज द होप इन यू. दिस मेंटर विल गाइड यू. बट प्लीज प्लीज रिस्पेक्ट द मेंटर, रिस्पेक्ट द प्रोफेसर, रिस्पेक्ट द टीचर, रिस्पेक्ट योर पेरेंट्स. दे आर योर मेंटर. I always find the technical people are very low on the confidence level, 1 to 8 level. We are fearful, anxious. So you need to be at 4 number or 5 number, courageous and confidence. Overconfident is arrogance. Please don't go to the arrogance. Don't become aggressive. This is not your area. What you need to be either at confident or courageous. There is an experiment which has happened in the London, and they found that 1,000 CEOs interview. What is the commonality? CEO comes out of the bed in 30 seconds. What is your timing coming out of the bed? Many of us spend 30 minutes in the bed, dreaming something which never come true. So one of the thing is the quick responses if you want to be successful. Students, discipline, dedication, determination, no shortcut. And if you want to be impressive in the class, impressive in the office, you convert your data into the wisdom. Data convert into the information, information to the knowledge, knowledge to wisdom. Data and information comes from the ChatGPT, Google, Cloud, or Gemini. Knowledge and wisdom is your internal homework. It is your internal understanding with the mentor or professor. Increase this, not data and information. Everybody today got the information. Everybody got everything. Conversion of information to knowledge is the biggest aspect. Below 2 are the AI, above 2 are the natural intelligence. You have to increase your natural intelligence, not the artificial intelligence. These are my 2 books. I am going to share the soft copy of the Accidental Food Technologies to Professor. All the 2 books are available on the Amazon. Please read. Again, we are donating 200 copies. I will be donating one of the copies to IIT Kharagpur also, and to Professor Mishra's. Please read that. It is not for me. It is for the betterment of the students and for the history of India. Always keep in mind 4 questions. What motivates me? How I can do more? What is my strength rather than working on the weaknesses? Now you are about 20. Don't work on your weaknesses. Strengthen your strength. And what is my vision of 3 years? What I'm going to do? And what is my plan B if plan A is not working? If you focus on this, you will reach your destination. Thank you for giving me opportunity. You can connect me on my social media handles. Absolutely delighted to give the presentation here. Thank you for patience and God bless. Jai Hind.
Very, very thought-provoking and inspiring talk, Dr. Halde. Now this platform is open Dear
Sir,
participants,
there are already few questions which participants have started
So,
asking
ma'am,
during
you
the
start
presentation.
asking, I will
you
answer.
you read one
And
by
so,
one.
such a motivating lecture and a session. It's not like the usual one where there are lots of technologies or lots of what you call so-called difficult terms, but it was something which is like aspiring and inspiring in both ways. So there is one question how by Ritika Shahana. How can improving cold chain infrastructure increase India's food export potential?
Sorry, question is क्या? How?
How
How
can
can
one improve?
improving cold chain infrastructure increase India's food export potential?
Madam, we got 11,000 kilometer land connected to the sea. All the produced of the sea, if we want to export or if we want to process, unless and until we have a cold chain, we'll not able to do. And knowing this, government of India has invested 6,000 crore rupees in these technologies. And I'm telling you, कोल्ड चेन इज द ओनली वे. आपके घर में अगर रेफ्रिजरेटर नहीं होता है तो आपका मिल्क कैसे रखता था? बस वही है, हमारे किसान भाइयों का माल खराब हो जाता है. 35% लॉसेस हैपनिंग द पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट. मिश्रा जी इज वन ऑफ द एक्सपर्ट इन द पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी ऑल्सो. So this is a very simple thing, and there is no other way which we can do. Technologies are the only key. Today I am saying you are a food technologist, have an optimism, and जितनी भी टेक्नोलॉजीज है उसका एडॉप्टेशन होना ही चाहिए. There could be low temperature like 4 degrees Celsius, minus 18 degrees Celsius, or 8 degrees Celsius, whatever the cold chain, refrigerated, but every product has its own requirement. So I will not explain you further, but yes, Mishra ji, one to one, he can explain.
For the perishable foods, there is no substitute. Cold chain is the must. Even you see now in the markets also, you have the in the shop shelf that is they maintain cold environment to maintain the quality. There is both for the quality, self life, safety. The cold chain is because it increases the self life, it improves the safety, at the same time not much that is deterioration of the nutritional value and all those things, not much adverse effects. That is the beauty of the cold chain technology. Yes, yes, Jayashree, other.
So, ma'am, you take something which is relevant to everyone because these are the very simple questions which anybody can answer. So, anything
Yeah,
pertaining to
sir, there is one more question from a very anxious student, Gargi. I think she has asked that she is in BSc Food Science and Technology first year student. So, according to you, which skills should she will be working on so that the employability or the future prospects are high?
What should she do, है ना?
Yes, sir. क्या
Great.
करेंगे कि नौकरी मिले? कौन से स्किल्स पे वर्क करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं
Great.
नहीं पहले
Let
तो आप
Gargi, let us invite Gargi. Gargi, you can yourself. Would you like to say something?
Gargi, if
Elaborate your
you're
question.
present now, you can on
Speak
your
one to one.
screen.
Yes. Not.
अच्छा मैं गार्गी को बोल देता हूँ. You are in food technology, you will be successful. One thing what you should do, study hard, keep your eyes and ear open, you will get the direction. देखो हम लोग जब जंगल में चलते हैं ना तो क्या करते हैं, टॉर्च से सिर्फ 1 फीट का दिखता है, हमें वो जंगल पूरा नहीं दिखता है. तो आपको सिर्फ 1 फीट देखना है और वो 1 फीट करके करके आप 10 किलोमीटर का अंतर पार करते हैं. यही हमारी लाइफ है. लुक एट व्हाट इज इन प्रेजेंट, डोंट थिंक अबाउट अहेड. आपको सिर्फ 1 फुट आगे जाना है बस. जो आपके पास आपका क्लास है, आपका क्लासमेट्स है, आपके प्रोफेसर है, बस पहले वो अच्छे से स्टडी करो, वो सब्जेक्ट अच्छे से करो, एंड कीप योर eyes and ear open and everything will be good.
सर वन मोर क्वेश्चन. ये मैं भी कभी कभी सोचती हूँ थोड़ा सा कि nowadays the nutrition section which is not directly we are linked to it like the medical nutrition which अभी तो फेसबुक में रील खोलो तो ये खाइए वो खाइए बहुत न्यूट्रिशंस के एडवाइस आते हैं. इट्स अ बूमिंग बिजनेस मतलब प्रोफेशन ऑल्सो दे आर डूइंग क्वाइट वेल. So I think Dr. Shivanki Agarwal ma'am, she is asking that how food technology or our profession can be linked to the registered dietitian?
I
So how
think,
can we link both?
ma'am, I would not be appropriate person, but these are the two different streams. And nutrition, registered dietitians. One of my friend, Sachin Salunke, he is the last registered dietitian after his BTech and MTech. But now, registered dietitians have changed their requirement, and you required a 4 year, 3 year full-time nutrition course. They do not recognize a food technology, unfortunately, but that is their uh, call. And you can still have a nutrition understanding and knowledge, but you will not become a registered nutritionist or registered dietitian. So these are the two different things. Having a knowledge of medicine and becoming a doctor, these are two different things. But as a food technologist, you have 96 total other careers which you can do. You need not to go to the nutrition as a career. Let that career be for the nutritionist. And I will also say, let nutritionists do their job and let the food technologists do their job. Because in food technology, the problem is that everybody is coming and calling them as a food technologist. That is also a problem. Everyone is coming into our area and saying, I'm also food technologist. So let them do their job and we allow to do our own job.
Um, Sir, there is one more question. The question is, I have been learning from the low carbon emission and importance of carbon capping in food industry. What do you think about the current situation of carbon emission from food industry in India, and what we need to do be more structured? क्या solutions है about carbon capping and carbon emission, especially regarding the emission by food industry in India?
Very good questions. And I think the person who has asked must be very informed. But I will just tell you, we talk about carbon emission. When you go to the any shadi, when you go to any function and you don't drink one glass of water, will it save the entire water? You are hardly contributing to less than 2% of the carbon emission in the totality. You are anyway, as a food industry, is not contributing in a big way, because you are not a chemical, or you are not making anything wrong to the, and rather we are helping in the circular economy. So our carbon emission impact is otherwise also low. Yes, there are some of the in the food processing, particularly in the non-vegetarian processing and all, they might be having higher carbon emission, but overall impact is low. Let's not look at the below 5% impact. Now today we are talking about all big things, and there Russia and Ukraine war is happening from last 5 years. Look at the carbon impact there. Look at the other what is happening. So let's not go into this. Rather use it positively. How I can save, and there are many things as I mentioned, that if you reduce the total energy intake by the smart processing, if you use the solar impact, you can always reduce the impact. But as a food processing, we are not carbon heavy industry. I can tell you, unlike in the any chemical processing industry, we are far better. We come into the green zone. Most of our industry come in the green zone. हम लोग इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं है हमारे इंडस्ट्री में. है कुछ कुछ इंडस्ट्री जो ज्यादा पानी लेता है, ये ज्यादा एनर्जी कंजम्पशन करता है, बट दैट आर दी आउटलायर्स बिलो 5%. बट देर आर मेनी
Uh,
थिंग्स व्हिच आर हैपनिंग नाउ.
um, so there is one more question by Afida Arsha. Is Afida here? She can directly ask her question if she wishes to, or otherwise I will take up. Afida? Okay, maybe she's there. She's asking that how can food technologies redesign traditional Indian food to make them globally competitive without losing authenticity?
I think I would request Mishra ji, if you can answer this. You are the best person to answer this. But yes, it is very much possible, and the people like you, the student, can do this, and it is very much possible without actually changing the authenticity. विदाउट चेंजिंग द ऑथेंटिसिटी, उसको बरकरार रख के अगर आपको करना है, तो इसी को फिर फूड प्रोसेसिंग फूड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट ही चाहिए, उतना दिमाग लगा के वो करना चाहिए. एंड दिस ऑल अबाउट द रिसर्च, दिस ऑल अबाउट द साइंस. मैं आपको सिर्फ एक एग्जांपल दूंगा. द इंटरनेशनली दे मेड अ कुल्फी, and they made a kulfi without caramelization, and they made a white kulfi. They made a beautiful instrument of kulfi and they supplied to many dairies. All has become unsuccessful unless and until you use a normal traditional tawa method to कैरामलाइज्ड वी कॉल्ड एज अ डेयरी का जो हम लोग उसको बासुंदी का कन्वर्जन टू द कुल्फी करेंगे, तभी वो कुल्फी खाने में मजा है। वो जो इंसाइट है वो ट्रेडिशनल प्रोसेस को अंडरस्टैंड करने का है, वही इंजीनियर की एक एक्सपर्टाइज है। उसको वो देखना है कि कैन आई मेक द मिल्क लिटिल कैरामलाइज टू गेट यू दैट टिंट। बट जो यूरोपियन लोग उन्होंने कभी कैरामलाइज खाया नहीं, उनको क्या पता रहेगा कि कुल्फी, वो उनको आइसक्रीम लगा, दे ऑल्सो कंसिडर मिल्क को ही ठंडा करके खाना है। सो दिस इज अ ब्यूटी ऑफ फूड टेक्नोलॉजीज, दिस ओनली फूड टेक्नोलॉजीज कैन अंडरस्टैंड। घर में हम लोग खाना बनाते हैं, तड़का देते हैं, ये तड़का हमारी मदर जो बनाती थी। अब जो फूड घर में खाना बनाया, बाहर में अगर फूड प्रोसेसिंग बनाया, अगर उसको कैन किया, तड़का नहीं दिया तो उसमें टेस्ट नहीं आएगा। ये हमारा इंडिया का ही ट्रेडिशनल बता बता पाएगा। ओवर टू मिश्रा जी।
No, no,
ये
very well
सर,
said.
मैं सर का एक्सपर्टीज इसमें चाहूंगा, क्योंकि एक बार सर यूरोप गए थे, वहां से खिचड़ी का पैकेट लेके आए। बोले देखो ये कैसा खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं ये लोग। और ही टोल्ड अस कि एक बार इसको एक्सपेरिमेंट करके देखो, एंड देन ही सजेस्टेड कि खिचड़ी के साथ, जो कि हम लोग थोड़ा मसाला प्रेफर करते हैं, टू गिव द कस्टमर्स अ स्मॉल पाउच ऑफ द इंडियन मसाला सो दैट people can have a tadka. Sir, I would request to give you so that you can give some
Uh,
answer regarding this.
Dr. Halde has very nicely replied to the question that you know that Indian traditional foods, और देर आर हम इसमें जाते बोले क्या एग्जाम्पल्स है हमारे पास, केसी दास का देख लो, लखू भाई पाठक का देख लो, हल्दीराम का देख लो, ये सब। एंड ग्लोबली अभी तो हम बाहर जाते हैं, यूरोप में, यूएस, कनाडा में, जहाँ भी जाए, इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट में जाइए तो वहाँ के लोग भी मैक्सिमम होते हैं। तो ओनली थिंग इज दैट you have to be a systematic, you follow systematic approach। और एक देखे कि जैसे मान लीजिए सी टॉकिंग इंडियन ट्रेडिशनल फूड टू मेक देम ग्लोबली कम्पिटिटिव, दैट इज ग्लोबली कम्पिटिटिव। एक तो यह है कि अगर हम यहाँ पर इंडिया में हमारा प्रोडक्शन कास्ट कंपेरेटिवली कम होता है तो ऑलरेडी उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, ओनली थिंग अगर हम क्वालिटी को मेंटेन कर लें, taste we have good, but safety and quality, if we are able to maintain it and present in a nice form, it is done. And many companies that they have Indian traditional foods are now accepted all over the globe, and there are many examples in this regard now. As I told you, Lakhu Bhai Patak, Haldiram, Bhujia Wale, that is see, दास। इवन एक बार करीब 8-10 साल पहले मैं कनाडा से, आप वहाँ जाओ यूरोप में, इत्यादि में, यहाँ पर इंडिया से, पाकिस्तान से, यहाँ पर कटहल का, जयपुर का, इवन पिकिल का, मैंगो का, एक्सेट्रा, ऑल दोस पीपल आर मेकिंग हियर एंड दे आर एक्सपोर्टिंग। हमारा एक्सपोर्ट बहुत अच्छा है, बट ओनली थिंग हमें जरा प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी पर मेंटेन करना है, उसका टेस्ट मेंटेन।
मेरे ख्याल से सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं, क्योंकि 6:30 की तरफ जा रहे हैं। आई डोंट वांट टू कंज्यूम मोर टाइम बिकॉज बच्चे
सर,
बोलेंगे कि क्या चल रहा
आई
है।
डोंट नो हाउ इट विल बी। अभी भी लाइनअप पे आई थिंक 10 क्वेश्चंस पड़े हैं।
ओ माय गॉड, नहीं नहीं, आई एम ओके, आई एम ओके। बच्चों को बोर नहीं होना चाहिए,
ठीक
मेरा वही वरी।
है, इंटरेस्टिंग
आई
आ
थिंक
रहा
सर
है।
बच्चे बहुत मोटिवेटेड हो गए हैं। आई थिंक क्वेश्चंस पे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, सो आई विल कंबाइन 2 क्वेश्चंस।
नहीं नहीं, करो
एक
करो,
तो
आई एम अवेलेबल, बट आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू कि
आई एम रियली
दिस इज
सॉरी
द
सर,
रीजन।
आई थिंक इट्स माइट बी कंज्यूम। भूपेंद्र कुमार एंड योगश्री ने पूछा है। भूपेंद्र कुमार ने, ही हैज आस्क्ड दैट विदाउट रेफरेंस दे आर नॉट गेटिंग जॉब, and Yogeshri has is asking you for a suggestion that would you recommend that the student first gain its experience in industry before going for masters, or how this long term decision like is impacting their growth in the food sector. So would you recommend someone after BTech or BSc to go for industrial experience and then go for masters, or vice
This is
versa?
very, very particular, and this is very, very situational, depending on your family background, your financials, and your parents' blessings. I would say, again, please read this is a situational, but I would say that please continue your education in one stroke. This is not a MBA, this is a MTech or PhD. This doesn't require any experience. You please complete your education in one go because you are in a frame of mind of studying. What I've observed, when you start getting money, whatever the money, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000, जो भी आपको मिलता है, your learning curve reduces because your entire focus goes into the actually work. And today the work is very, very demanding. Earlier, there was a time when there was no social media. People used to study and people used to work. Today, your time is going to the three aspects: sleeping, social media, and work. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. This is the class now. Now, अगर आपके पास स्टडी करने की इच्छा है तो कंटिन्यू कर लो. बाद में फिर स्टडी करूंगा, एमटेक करूंगा, डिफिकल्ट है. बाद में पीएचडी करूंगा, वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट है. एक तो पीएचडी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट दो, बाद में कोर्स वर्क करो 1 साल क्लास में जाके. मेरे जैसा बूढ़ा आदमी 50 साल का बाद में क्लास में बैठ के, वो स्टूडेंट यंग है उनके साथ बैठ के कंपटीशन में, तो हाथ में लिखना नहीं होता है, बट उनके साथ एग्जाम दो. मिश्रा जी, ये मुश्किल है, बहुत कम लोग कर सकते हैं. एंड ये फैसिनेटिंग है कि मैं करूंगा, लेकिन उस टाइम में मेरी बीबी खड़ी है पीछे, परमिशन भी देना चाहिए स्पाउस ने कि यार कर सकते हो आप. तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. बट आई वुड से इफ योर पेरेंट्स आर सपोर्टिंग यू, इफ योर इकोनॉमिकल कंडीशन इज गुड, प्लीज गो फॉर एमटेक, प्लीज गो फॉर पीएचडी, बिकॉज एजुकेशन विल नेवर नेवर, डू नॉट कंपेयर विथ योर सैलरी. क्या होता है, मैं हमेशा एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. आज आप एमटेक हो, आज आप बीटेक हो, आपको सैलरी सेम लग गई दोनों को, लेकिन 10 साल के बाद जब एचओडी की पोजीशन निकलेगी तो एमटेक वाले को प्रेफरेंस मिलेगा, बीटेक वाले को नहीं मिलेगा. तो आपका जो आज का इन्वेस्टमेंट है एमटेक का और पीएचडी का, वो 10 साल के बाद वाला है, 15 साल के बाद वाला है. ये याद रखो, 15 साल के बाद आप पीएचडी नहीं कर सकते. मैं हमेशा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. कोई बोलता है सर पीएचडी को मेरे को उतनी सैलरी है जितना बीटेक को है. मैं बोला आज की बात है, कम टू मी आफ्टर 15 years, देन यू विल रियलाइज व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ योर पीएचडी. सो अगर आपकी परमिशन है आपके फैमिली की, गो फॉर एजुकेशन.
That's very true. Very true.
Sir, there is one more question. Like they are asking that without reference, it's very difficult to get a job, and someone is agreeing that if there is a gap when you stop working for some time, then again coming back to the track is really difficult. What do you say about that, sir?
अनफॉर्चुनेटली एग्री विथ यू, रेफरेंसेस मैटर्स. बट आपको रेफरेंसेस कहाँ से मिलेंगे? आपने कितने सेमिनार अटेंड किए, कितने कॉन्फ्रेंसेस अटेंड किए, कितने लोगों को जाके मिले हो? आप कुछ नहीं करेंगे आपके लेवल में. मैं ये क्वेश्चन पूछने वाले को नहीं बता रहा हूँ, मैं जनरल बात कर रहा हूँ. यू विल नेवर इम्प्रूव योर ओन पर्सनैलिटी एज अ ब्रांड not talking to the people. Only at the end of the 2 years or 3 years of your education, 4 years of education, suddenly put a mail. Connect through the LinkedIn in your second year, third year, keep connect. Go to the presentations, go to the seminars, go to the conferences. वहाँ पे लोगों को connect करो, कार्ड एक्सचेंज करो, उनके साथ इंटेलेक्चुअली बात करो, छोटे छोटे प्रोजेक्ट करो, मेल करो. 10 मेल में से एक का जवाब आएगा. अगर मेरे पास भी 10 मेल आते हैं तो एटलीस्ट, आई डोंट नो हाउ, बट मैं जरूर हेल्प करता हूँ. मेरे जैसे हजारों लोग हैं अभी भी इंडिया में कि दे विल हेल्प यू. डू नॉट वरी, इंडिया इज स्टिल अ गुड कंट्री. व्हेन यू ट्रैवल फ्रॉम वन स्टेशन टू अदर स्टेशन, अगर कोई खाना खा रहा है सेकंड क्लास में, वो जरूर आपको भी खिलाता है. ये हमारी इंडिया की नसीहत है. तो अगर किसी के हाथ में, तो आपको सपोर्ट करेगा. इंडिया इज नॉट लाइक ए यूरोप की जो अपना अपना करते रहते हैं. यहाँ पे लोग एक दूसरे को हेल्प करते हैं. यूज योर एल्यूमिनाई. एल्यूमिना कम्स वेयर दिस, बट कब? अगर आप उनके कनेक्ट में होंगे. जॉब मांगने के लिए फोन डायरेक्टली करेंगे तो एलआईसी एजेंट जैसा फोन बंद हो जाता है. एलआईसी एजेंट नहीं बनना है हमें. एलआईसी एजेंट वैसे मत बनो, सेल्फिश मत बनो कि मेरे एलआईसी पॉलिसी लेने के लिए मैं 10 लोगों को फोन करूं. नहीं, जॉब लगने के 2 साल पहले से आप अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट शुरू करो. लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट वर्क्स, शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट इज डेड.
Very right. Very right. You have to be active and we have to continue. Yes. Next question.
Sir,
Yes.
there is a question. What is the biggest challenge of food technologists face when dealing with FSSAI regulations for new products?
I think the biggest challenge is about the submission of all the technical data and convincing them. And that's why you require a food technologist to convince them. Unfortunately, in the regulatory area, what I'm seeing, a lot of non-food technologists are entering and they don't know, they don't have understanding about the food. And they try to explain. And that's the dichotomy of the whole situation. Non-food technologists are trying to explain the food technology and they miss the basics about the processing. So please wake up. एंड मैं तो कहूँगा फूड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट ने हर एरिया में जाना चाहिए. इंजीनियरिंग एरिया में जाना चाहिए, रेगुलेटरी एरिया में जाना चाहिए, प्रोसेसिंग एरिया में जाना चाहिए, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस में जाना चाहिए, R&D में जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपके बेसिक्स अच्छे हैं. यू अंडरस्टैंड द फूड बेटर. एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में जाना चाहिए। एफएसएसआई में चैलेंजेस तो अलग प्रकार के हैं। एज अ फूड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट यू विल
ऐसे भी
एबल
इंसान को याद
टू।
होता है।
अच्छा, आई थिंक मिश्रा जी हम लोग क्लोज करते हैं क्योंकि 6:30 की तरफ जा रहे हैं। आई
सर
डोंट
बहुत
वांट।
क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, आई थिंक।
मैम आप कनेक्ट करो। आई वुड लव टू आंसर दैट, बट मेरे को कभी कभी लगता है कि गन्ना बहुत स्वीट है लेकिन उसको है ना रूट तक नहीं खाना चाहिए, खत्म, बीच में छोड़ देना चाहिए इन द स्वीट
I
लेवल।
think
सर वीकेंड है, आई थिंक लोग भी एंथुसियास्टिक है
people are
लेकिन आई थिंक
enthusiastic.
हमें, आई थिंक अभी स्टॉप करना पड़ेगा। दैट
मैं
वुड
कुछ
बी
नहीं नहीं,
इंपॉर्टेंट
आई
क्वेश्चन ले लो।
लव बट
और
नीड्स।
ऐसा है, व्हाट यू डू जयश्री, यू
यस
कैन
सर।
राइट, आई थिंक डॉक्टर हाल्दे का इस पे email, so people
हम्म।
can directly contact him over email,
डेफिनेटली।
as well as they can also write to us. Definitely we will help them.
बट सर मिश्रा सर,
बट
देयर
हाँ,
इज
ये
वन
अभी अभी जो
पर्सन
पूछा
हु
है
हैज
क्वेश्चन है
अपलोडेड
important।
द एनपीटीईएल कोर्सेज यू आर ऑफरिंग 12 व्यूज, लेकिन वो शायद बड़ा हो जा रहा है, तो उन्होंने किसी ने बोला कि छोटे कोर्सेज 6 से 8 हफ्ते वाले को ऑफर करने के लिए।
I have attended your courses and NPTEL, very thankful module.
सर यू हैव लॉन्ग, आपके जो 12 और 16 वीक्स के हैं, किसी ने बोला है उसके छोटे वाले वर्जन 6 to 8 वीक वाले एनपीटीईएल कोर्सेज
ठीक है,
के लिए।
ठीक है, ठीक है, हाँ, चलो, गुड। और एक आई थिंक देर इज वन क्वेश्चन आपके लिए कि मराठवाड़ा रीजन में फूड इंडस्ट्री के बारे में सम पीपल समवन हैज आस्क्ड, कैन यू वी हैव सम बिजनेस आइडियाज फॉर मराठवाड़ा बेस्ड फूड टेक्नोलॉजी।
सर शेयर माय प्रेजेंटेशन टू देम, माय मोबाइल नंबर है, मैं 1-to-1 कनेक्ट करके आपके सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर करूंगा। मराठवाड़ा में काफ़ी चीज़ें हो सकती है, काफ़ी रॉ मटेरियल्स अच्छा होता है, खास करके टर्मरिक, हल्दी, उसके जो न्यूट्रोसिटिकल एस्पेक्ट्स है, नॉट द पाउडर हल्दी बट द न्यूट्रोसिटिकल एस्पेक्ट मराठवाड़ा में अच्छा हो सकता है। मराठवाड़ा में ऑयल के जो डीओसी है, डीऑइल्ड केक, सोयाबीन अच्छा होता है, उसके जो डीऑइल्ड में प्रोटीन की मात्रा बहुत अच्छी है, तो प्रोटीन रिलेटेड बहुत अच्छा होता है, वेस्ट यूटिलाइजेशन का अच्छा हो सकता है। मराठवाड़ा में काफ़ी चीज़ें हो सकती है और करने वाला चाहिए। देर आर मेनी एग्जाम्पल्स कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मराठवाड़ा में मैंने देखा कि विदर्भ, और मैं विदर्भ से आता हूँ, हमारे दोनों एरिया में माइंडसेट नहीं है कुछ करने का। सोचने का बहुत अच्छा माइंडसेट है लेकिन करने का कम माइंडसेट है, इसलिए कि वेस्ट बंगाल हम लोग बहुत सोचते हैं, करने में कम रखते हैं, तो ये, बट आपके जैसे अगर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आगे आएंगे तो बहुत कुछ हो सकता
एक क्वेश्चन है, आई विल लाइक टू टेक दैट, सर, हाउ कैन द स्टूडेंट ऑल ओवर इंडिया coming and studying in private institutions and in universities which cannot offer good practical facilities, can we provide a good system for them to get introduced to upcoming innovative technologies? So here you see the one who has asked this question, for them even government of India, you have very rightly asked this very pertinent question, and government of India, even that the NPTEL which you are talking about, that is that NPTEL courses, NPTEL MOOC seminar, etc. That is the one of the objective of these things which MHRD Ministry of Education has done, online courses on various platforms, just to equip, that is those students in the colleges which you can do not have that much expertise and all those things with IIT and other professors. The other things that is even we are organizing many a times training program and all those things. And the students, that is particularly those who are from the private institutions, if you really want to improve yourself, study well, study hard, and get yourself connected. That is, you can do BTech from there, but go for higher studies to some other competitive examinations clear कर लो, higher studies में जाओ, MTech, MBA, and improve your skills. So there are various ways. Even government of India is also aware of this, and this is the one thing, that is to fill that gaps. We in fact have formed this academy. That is one of the major objective of the academy, is to provide, that is whatever the knowledge gap is there, to fulfill that. So we can also help you all in this regards, I think.
है। चलो, थैंक यू मिश्रा जी।
So I think
थैंक यू
we will
सर, थैंक
close
यू सो
this.
मच।
प्रबोध सर मिश्रा सर नमस्ते, गुड इवनिंग।
हाँ जी,
आई वॉज पैसिव, मैंने जितना सुन पाई आई रियली थॉरोली एंजॉयड। एंड प्रबोध सर, वंडरफुल सेशन ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ अकेडमी। लेट मी ऑल्सो थैंक, दो फॉर्मल वोट ऑफ थैंक्स मस्ट बी कमिंग। Really, it was very nice. जैसे आपने दो भाषा में यूज करके किया, और I'm sure the confidence building in student is much more now. Very nice. I don't know, you remember last time we met, it was in Nifton, Tanjavur. Prabodh sir.
आई रिमेम्बर प्रतिमा मैम, एंड डेफिनेटली हमारा काम क्या है, हम लोग अकेडेमिशियन नहीं है, हम इंडस्ट्री से, बट नाउ आई एम आल्सो प्रैक्टिसिंग प्रोफेसर ऑफ प्रैक्टिस इन मराठवाड़ा कृषि विद्यापीठ। मेरा पहला लव है
बहुत अच्छा.
स्टूडेंट्स, मेरा पहला लव है
That's very
स्टूडेंट्स, एंड
practical
मेरे
approach.
पास पीएचडी के थीसिस आते हैं चेक करने के लिए, एमटेक के आते हैं। हम लोग
Beautiful.
अगर इंडस्ट्री में, लेकिन अगर ये कंट्रीब्यूट करके कुछ कर सकते हैं तो हमारा सैटरडे संडे देने को
हाँ.
तैयार हूं मैं। लेकिन हम चाहते हैं कि हमारा भारत एक स्ट्रॉन्ग सशक्त भारत बने। आई एम फ्रॉम फार्मर फैमिली। अगर फार्मर की प्रोग्रेस होना है तो फूड टेक्नोलॉजीज के सिवा कोई और चारा नहीं है।
हाँ. True, true. Important role है हमारा. Really. Great. Very nice to have you.
थैंक यू मैम।
Sir, then
Really
we will
nice.
conclude the session.
There is before
Uh,
that there is one question. I think there is 3D printing of food. I think this itself require one big lecture we will organize someday. That is on 3D printing of food. One
Mr.
can
Sir, I hope you, Mr. Sir, you told about the next Saturday our event on under NPTEL Plus. I hope you would have told to all our audience
हाँ
also.
नहीं that you
It's very
can
close related to this topic.
yes yes you please tell and in that in
Okay.
fact I will I plan to talk something about 3D printed foods particularly for personalized nutrition. So that is the question from Lisbon
हाँ,
that
great.
how
आप आंसर करिए सर. बिल्कुल.
नहीं how
क्या
to
है सर, क्या क्वेश्चन है? सॉरी, तो मैंने मिस
question है how to 3D print food. What are the new technologies and machines? That is basically he wants to know about 3D
सर एक
printing technology, 3D fruit printing.
एक सेशन ही रखो इस पे, आपका एक्सपर्टाइज है उस पे।
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm telling. On this topic, we will organize a separate webinar itself. And what Dr. Pratima is telling that on 2nd May, we are organizing one NPTEL one-day NPTEL workshop on precision nutrition, food technology perspective. So those who are participating here, they can also join. The link, I think, Dr. Pratima, you can, and the chat box, you can put that. And
Sure.
there, I will be speaking that is food technology perspective on the precision nutrition, where I will devote some time on 3D printing because 3D printing is very well designed for that you can the personalized nutrition, food formulation, processing, etc. for the precision nutrition. So there, briefly I will maintain that.
Very
So
nice.
this one you can
So
join that course there.
yeah, I think our team will send you. I think in our website also we have mentioned about that. But nevertheless, your email IDs are with us. We'd like to send that information because there even I'll be adding the digital component aspects, which is happening now, how progression is happening in technology in terms of personalization. So maybe you will gain something for
बट
sure.
मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट
Join
करूंगा
us, and I
सारे
think
स्टूडेंट्स जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं, अगर आपने कुछ सीखा है तो प्लीज सोशल मीडिया में, लिंक्डइन में अपना लर्निंग डालो, नॉट फॉर
Yes.
एनी अदर थिंग, बट व्हाट यू
right.
हैव लर्न, तो बाकी के स्टूडेंट्स उसको सीख पाएंगे कि ये मेरा लर्निंग है। यही हमारी कम्युनिटी को स्ट्रेंथन करना है।
बिल्कुल. प्रभु सर, आपने बहुत अच्छी लाइन कही थी अपने सेशन पे. टुडे लिटरेसी इज ऑल अबाउट एआई. आप अगर एआई नहीं जानते तो आप इलिटरेट हो. आई हर्ड यू दैट टाइम. वेरी नाइस. मुझे ठीक
अगर
लगा
आप
था
एआई
एकदम.
नहीं जानते, मैं बताऊं, इफ यू डू नॉट यूज एआई, इट्स लाइक अ टाइपराइटर ही रखेंगे आप, कंप्यूटर की तरफ कभी नहीं जाएंगे, तो आप इलिटरेट बनेंगे। और आज ना कल आपको, इफ यू डू नॉट इनोवेट यू इवेपोरेट।
Right.
Nice one again.
Artificial intelligence. That is the and machine learning. Good. So now, yes, they have put the workshop, so one can register on this personalization workshop. And this now really it has been a very
students
very
can register sir, next
lively
Saturday.
session. Very lively session, Dr. Halde. Thank you very much for. You see that questions itself कि मतलब कितना इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट हुआ है आपके टॉक से, ये जो क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं उससे अपने आप में विजुअल हो जाता है।
हाँ मतलब still if you have opened the chat box and we can continue, I think dinner time तक questions चलते रहेंगे.
Strong purpose
नहीं
is
मैम, कुछ कुछ चीजें मैं हमेशा इसी में बिलीव करता हूँ कि कुछ कुछ चीजें उसी पिक पे छोड़नी चाहिए, फिर हम लोग एक बार जुड़ेंगे उसी पिक पे।
right, right.
एकदम.
So now
Thank
let's
you.
conclude this. Jayashree, Ranpan.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Mishra sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Halde sir. We will end this session. Thank you, everyone.
गॉड ब्लेस, थैंक यू।
Hey, Arpan, do you have that concluding thanks, Divin?
So on behalf of H&M Food Academy, I would like to thank Dr. Prabhu Dalde sir for such an inspiring, motivating session. And I hope whosoever has registered over for this session might have gained thorough knowledge about all over life, how to live and how to be a good professional in both personal and professional life. And thank you all for joining and keep joining us for our future seminars. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Still there are two chats. Take care, Halde ji. We'll meet again. Maybe. Thank you for such thought-provoking talk. Okay, bye bye.